here and freezing. Fantastic.
It's a huge fucking dolphin.
They're coming on, look out under the boat!
Look! Oh my God!
Hey, Flipper! Shit! That is amazing!
You better be filming this!
UN scientists are warning we are on course for devastating changes to our climate.
Global warming will change the world in the coming decades.
We start today with a state of emergency that has been declared in the English Channel by fishing groups and charities.
Industrial-scale trawling has severely depleted fish populations and it's declared a state of emergency.
I mean, I can go on for hours about why dolphins are incredible. Intelligence-wise, they have an incredible social structure. They have a very well-defined hierarchy. Their brain structure is incredibly complex, and they've actually just been registered by the UK government as sentient beings. So that's a massive step, and a massive step forward to being able to protect them as well. At Sussex Dolphin Project, we really take quite a holistic approach. We look at not just protecting our dolphins, but we look at protecting the marine environment around them. Littering, actually, it's not the big chunks of plastic that cause the issue. In some marine mammals, it definitely is. There was several, I think it was sperm whales washed up, and they actually found several, meters worth of plastic wrap in their stomach, which prevented them from digesting anything. The main issues are the toxins that actually get attracted to the plastic. So as the plastic breaks down, it breaks down to smaller and smaller pieces called microplastics. They attract toxins, so they act as almost little sponges, and they attract everything that's bad in the marine environment. These then get ingested by dolphin. It eats a lot of the microplastics, which has the accumulated toxins on it, and that unfortunately is the biggest issue.
What are the main reasons dolphins are unfortunately dying?
So put simply, super trawlers are massive fishing vessels, and by massive I mean over 95 metres, so the biggest is 144 metres. They use massive nets, and by massive I mean 200 metres wide, and they can hold 450 tennis courts within them. So they catch a lot of marine life within those nets.
In 2020, we had our biggest recorded stranding year ever, and this was over the winter period, during the period that super trawlers were in the channel. We had 17 cetaceans washed up during that period. In the UK, we have this great organisation called the Cetacean Strandings Investigation Programme, and they collect bodies, unfortunately, of dead stranded cetaceans around the country, and they do a lot of work identifying the main problems. And unfortunately, in England, the main problem is bycatch, so being caught as a result of in fishing gear. Super trawlers use big nets, so if you're looking at an animal and you can see imprints, that's quite a good one, so cuts and gashes across the face. We particularly look for straight lines, because straight lines don't really occur in nature. You know, if they've been fighting each other, it'll tend to be like jagged lines. Quite often they'll tie a rope around the tail and haul them out of the net and drop them overboard dead. So these dolphins wash up with rope wrapped around their tail, knotted around their tail from where they've been taken out the nets. So yeah, straight lines and gashes. There's a few. They're all quite subtle. But yeah, any signs of kind of rope damage from thick rope is the main ones. Brighton actually has quite a long history. It's a seaside town. It's always had a fishing community, so there's actually always been a lot of marine life out there. Not necessarily recorded, but it's always been there. We also had the dolphinarium here, where they had 2 captive bottlenose dolphins.
Good afternoon and welcome to Brighton Dolphinarium.
Up until I think 1991, where they were released back into the Caribbean. So we had a dolphinarium. People used to come to Brighton to see the dolphins. Actually, the Brighton and Hove Albion used to be called the Dolphins rather than the Seagulls. So that's quite a cool little bit of trivia. I'd quite like them to change their name back.
We had some really great potential sightings. We had a lot of bird activity, especially over towards Beachy Head. We rescued a helium balloon, which is always a good outcome. And we did get, or 2 of us got a brief glimpse of what I think is 3 harbour porpoises. Their behaviour was like really fast movement, so that indicates that they're mating. So the males are basically chasing the poor old females around to breed. So yeah, unfortunately no images, but yeah, 3 harbour porpoises, and I wasn't imagining it. So yeah, a fairly good outcome, and just a great trip. It's just so lovely to be out on the water, especially on a day like this when it's nice and calm. A little chilly. In a few months' time it'll be nice and toasty, but yeah, great day.
Why is Sussex Dolphin Project so important?
That's a big question. I think for me personally, dolphins are such a charismatic animal. They're loved by everyone. I mean, I don't think there are many people that can say they don't like dolphins. They're such a great way into learning about the wider marine environment.
By seeing that the dolphins are there, it changes that miscomprehension, makes them understand that there must be something more interesting, worth protecting, get involved, get excited about it. And that's what we see every time that people send in sightings. They get hugely excited, and that excitement kind of never goes away, and that's what we try and capture and share with people through our social profiles.
I think the way we're going at the moment is almost hopeful. People are a lot more concerned about welfare of animals. They're a lot more concerned about the pollutants that are going into the sea, the litter, the amount of bycatch, the fisheries. But people just being concerned isn't enough. We need to start doing something about it. We need to start looking at these irresponsible fishing practices that kind of decimate everything. We really need to start making people be held accountable, and really start pushing for actual change rather than being worried about it.